So I hit another milestone on the studio project. I finished walling in the gable up there. So now all the ceilings and all the walls have drywall and soundboard and power's on. I nicked a line. I learned a lesson today. I knew it was inevitable. With all these screws going in the wall, I'd hit a wire. I hit an electrical line and it killed the... I didn't think it tripped a breaker because, you know, one light was on, one switch worked, but the other didn't. So I thought, So I opened up the wall, took the soundboard off, took the drywall off. Well, I didn't have to take the drywall off. I'm sorry. I took the soundboard off, exposed the wire, and I looked, and it wasn't even. It was just nicked. The sheathing was just nicked. So I thought, well, I didn't break the line, the electrical line. So what's going on? So just to be stupid. I mean, I'm stupid because I'm not stupid. Just, you know, inexperienced. Just to be sure, I cut the line and I spliced it another, you know, spacer in there just to be sure. It didn't make sense to me, but I go, Then I thought, well, there's no breaker in here. There's no breaker here at the studio. So I went out to the breaker box and yes, I did trip a breaker. So I just reset the breaker and everything's good. So I learned a little lesson today. Next thing is getting rid of the extra construction material. I'm going to save the soundboard for maybe making a couple gobos. I'll hand make a couple, and there's two terms for gobos that I've come across in my entertainment production history. There's the gobo that you use for lighting, which is like a shape cut out of a metal disc that you put in a light fixture so it projects that shape. That's called a gobo, G-O-B-O. And I recently learned that, now I've worked with these before and I've seen them for decades, but I didn't realize they were also called gobos. In a recording studio environment, you can sometimes have these partitions. Sometimes they're low, sometimes they're tall, sometimes they're wide. Sometimes they're thick, sometimes they're thin, but you can move them around the studio to isolate instruments, like you might put them around a drum kit when you're recording a whole band, or you might put them between the cellos and the trombones, you know, or put them between the timpanis and the trumpets, you know, to isolate sound when you're recording in a studio environment. And those are also called gobos. And so I'm going to save the big pieces of soundboard that I have left over to maybe make a couple gobos for use in here. And you think, wow, this place is so small. But, you know, you never know when you might need just a little isolation. Like if I get two guitarists in here, I might want to put a gobo in between two amps or something. I don't know. I'm just trying to think ahead. All right, this is my latest update.